Hello, my lovelies. I'm Jenny O, the author with no last name, and today I'm reviewing the game Calico. Spoiler alert, it is Pawsome! So, for anyone who hasn't seen or read any of my book reviews, I'm going to apply the same metric here as I do there. I will try to answer the question, did I like this game and why? This is a customer review. I will not be giving this game review ginger snaps. It's not that formal of a thing. If you haven't been watching my Let's Play of Calico, Calico is a cozy, unabashedly femme cat cafe community simulation game. It's made in Unity and is put together by Peachy Games and Thorn Studios. Thorn Studios specializes in helping and distributing smaller indie, story-driven style games in a variety of genres and art styles, which Calico qualifies. Peachy says they are a small two-dev-person studio out of California. I went into this game expecting something on the shorter end that was relaxing and involved doing lots of things with cats. I wasn't disappointed. In fact, this is a type of game, even though I've played through it twice, and the only thing I could do right now is start over, I go into this game and just run around and relax in it, because I have such good emotions associated with the world and the characters. And I would definitely play it again, or play more if there was more to do. I want more. I have ideas. I just want more Calico. I don't need a Calico 2. I need more Calico and DLC islands. But we'll get to that. So yes, I do like this game. I love this game. It is my cup of cocoa. Now, because it is a small game from an indie studio, I didn't expect AAA level amount of mechanics or graphics. With my expectations set to reasonable, I was pleased with the amount of fun I did have in the game. As you'd suspect, in a game that revolves around a cafe and cats, there are lots of things to do with cats and a cafe in this game. You can choose and customize your look, which includes plus-size options, and even idle standing and running options. You can make the food in a fun little mini-game. You can choose what food to sell and put in your display case. You can decorate your cafe and the garden around it, and customize the colors of all the decorations. Then there is a very long list of things you can do with all the animals. You can pick up the pets, wiggle the pets, turn the pets around in circles, put them on your head, make them big, put them on other pets' heads, glide with the birds when they are on your head, ride the pets, pet the pets, play with the pets, assign pets places, change their names, and give them hats, and fly on a bird or a broom. There are a lot of potions you can buy that will do everything from change the weather, change day to night, and even make you dance, change your appearance slightly, or give you an ice cream themed outfit. Yes, when I wear bloomers with it, they cut through the skirt a bit, but it is so stinking cute. Look, I don't care. It's exactly the type of outfit I'd see a main character wearing in this type of video game. And I desperately want others like it. Maybe a kitty cookie theme to go with the cafe. Or you can become one of the walking cat people with a potion. There is 8 hours of story, so it's not a bad length for the price you pay. The story is a lot of inventory-less fetch quests. It's not boring though, because every quest has a good story, whether you're collecting animals or doing deliveries. The story is where Calico really shines. These characters have a lot of personality and heart. The rad dad who is proud of his daughter. Blossom realizing cats don't like being watered. The epic understanding friendship between Autumn and Lumi. There are lovely messages about building friendships and how communicating is important, and respecting your friends' boundaries, and listening to what they say. Even the music supports the themes. I want to spend more time with the characters. The stories are really satisfying. You do something, and then you go back and you see the results. Even if you don't get, say, a little cinematic of Sunny and Blossom on a date, which there are times in every person's life they need a little privacy, even if it's a date at a public cafe you, the player, owns. You go back and you talk to Sunny, and she's so enthusiastic about what happened on the date. You get the emotional payoff. You did something for her by putting up some flower decor. They had their date. Now she's so happy she had a good date with her girlfriend. Yes, if you do not like LGBTQIA+ content, this game isn't for you. It's a slice of life type of story. There are no big stakes. You aren't going to lose anything because you can't really fail. I mean, as long as you talk to everyone, and I do mean everyone, and explore all the edges of the map, you can't fail. I mean, I had to pause the first time trying to get to Clover Coast because I just didn't see the construction cat because I hadn't gone out far enough, but that's on me. Once I checked Steam and slapped my forehead, I progressed easily. I was exhausted, I think, the first playthrough. There's not a huge amount of risk involved, and sometimes when you play a game, you just want to play something where you can make visible, positive progress without any type of anxiety or stress. You want the story to progress and the numbers to go up without risk. This is Calico. My favorite phrase in this game is probably such a little thing that it might go unnoticed. Is when you finish a quest, you go back to the quest giver and say, I did the thing! I love this. It emphasizes you, the character, the player, are doing something. You are influencing this world. Sure, you might need help from Ash to speak cat, but in order to get the cats to move, you have to make the bagels and put the bagels in your shop to restore the vitamin bagel energy of the construction cats. You did the thing! You were active. It didn't happen to you. You did it. This is important. I cannot stress how important this is. There are around 9 types of these talk to the character / fetch quests. The mechanics of this game are really simple, and if they add more, I don't want to lose that simple, relaxing nature of it. Like I could see putting super simple collect the stars types of races that don't have a clock nature to them, unless you know you want an optional beat the clock feature. Heavy emphasis on optional. How to tell a horse go. You give them logs or fences, and they'll make jumps to jump the pet over so they can race around their cafe, or go looking for logs to jump in Golden Grove. If the game expands with more game mechanics, I hope they stick to their strengths and keep things relatively simple and without the collection grind. I mean, I love the cooking minigame where you throw the ingredients into the bowl and it magically becomes the food. I want more recipes. I want to help other restaurants because what is the point of being a kitchen witch if I can't do more things in more kitchens? It's simple. It's fun. I never know if the physics are going to get things into the bowl the first time, or will I be chasing my egg down the counter? Eggie! Come back! Or if one of the pets is going to jump on the counter and try to scatter everything. It just makes me laugh. No, Calico, off! Silly kitty. I'd rather buy things or earn them in the story rather than trying to collect them from the map, because that type of collection can turn into a trap really easily. If collection grind isn't what the game is about, say like with a farming game, then don't put it in. And there's no collection to the story at all outside of find animals, please, and that's all story related. Keep stuff story related. Buy new ingredients and recipes in the shops or get them through quests. Simple. These mechanics are the type of thing that can be played by anyone. If you can read, you can play this game. The font is really legible, it's in the Comic Sans family, but I'm not exactly sure which font it is, and I do love the Okami style voices. I do kind of wish there was voice acting to have just a tiny bit more of accessibility. I also can appreciate the budget constraints. So the Okami style voices are a good compromise. They're cute, they fit into the tone of the game. I love Okami too, so I'm biased here. The game has a really pretty and soothing look with the pastel colors and watercolor and sponge texture effects. This might not be everyone's cup of cocoa. I liked it. It was soothing and relaxing. In order to make the character fit into the world, I did have to be more selective on the colors I chose to wear before I started wearing Sunday best all that time. I appreciated the care put into making sure the colors of the game were variations of warm and cool tones. Like if the trees were warm, the grass or ground tended to be cool, and vice versa. Each area looks different. They do have all the same areas of a classic game, from the enchanted forest, snow, autumn, beach, city, and my favorite, mushroom forest, all in a star-shaped map. Really, even the map is cute. I don't know how mushroom forest became a thing, but Calico has all of it in a relatively decent-sized map for the game size. I don't get overwhelmed running about. My eyes don't get strained or tired when playing this game because all the colors are so well balanced. Also, Cutie City reminds me of San Francisco, where I lived for 4 or 5 years, and a bit of Daytona, where I live now, with colors. You know, it made me feel at home. Look, oh, this is nice. Look at the familiar architecture and pretty pastel buildings. I don't always get that I'm home feeling from a video game. The buildings are all really nice in every area of the game and really fit their environments in both theme and colors. They're a little different from every other game. It's refreshing. Another thing I noticed when playing the game is the style chosen, which is slightly anime, does take into account the ways different people see. So if you see in shape or color or line, your eyes will be able to adapt to the game because of the good color blocking, the strong shapes, and everything has this really thin line around it and a darker color the main color, or black if it is white. I don't know if this was intentional, but it was greatly appreciated. I see in line, and having to have those really thin lines made it so my eye wasn't straining to find the edges of the assets. This type of style might not work for other, more realistic games. It works well here. And the music is wonderful. There's a jazzy feel to it. It's very soothing. It's piano-based for the most part. The lyrics of A Cat is a Cat are beautiful and upbeat. I have found the soundtrack on YouTube. I've been listening to it on repeat. I probably should or buy it at this rate. I strongly recommend playing with the music on, or having the soundtrack going in the background as you play. I find myself humming A Cat is a Cat a lot. Emily Anderson's voice is beautiful. She and Emmy Evans harmonize gorgeously in Beneath the Surface. If they add more music, I hope they continue with this composer, Slide20XX. In the cons, the story just ends. You get to a certain part of the story, and that's it. There are so many places yet the slice of life story could go. Cutie City has been so underutilized and feels empty. It doesn't feel like a city, really. I mean, I have lots of suggestions. I've made notes. Mostly low-hanging fruit stuff mentioned in the story already. I mean, I really want to be able to give myself sparkly hands and feet like Kiva, and the only way to do that is to continue witch lessons with the other witches in the game. And look, it's a nitpick, okay? I want sparkly hands and feet, and more Sunday best style costumes. Thus, I need more magic lessons. But I have notes, and ideas, and a character list. So, Peachy Keen, email me! I'm only halfway joking here. I mean, I'm deadly serious. I do have story and shop notes and a map of the city and a character list. But I am an author and this is what I do. So I'm only halfway joking because I'm sure Peachy Keen, aka Kels and Andrew, have their own ideas, along with Matt and Phoebe, the 2 writers I saw in the credits. This is what I mean by I want more Calico. I'm sitting here going, oh, story idea! And this is what happens when something is really good, but it's not giving you 100% everything you want. And because the story just seemed to stop in the middle, or even the first third, I sit here and go, we can do so much more. And I'm addicted to writing. So I open a Word document and just go. Which is great if you're a writer, but if you're a player who is not a writer, you end up wanting more game from the actual studio. I have been told once, Ginny, I don't want you to do this. I want them to do it. People want more game. This is good. This means you did a good job. The other con is the controls are a bit wonky. I had to redo several of the keybinds to make them less so. The game is recommended to play on a controller. You can fix the keybinds to play it fairly well on the keyboard. And the kitchen controls aren't 100% clear. While left click to pick up ingredients is pretty easy, the right click to set them down isn't. And it's not in the control menu to see or to change. I prefer to throw things around my kitchen, but it's still handy to know I can set ingredients down, even if it's on my head. Those are my cons. That's it, really. 2 things. The story just stops, and the slightly wonky controls. In short, the story is cute, there are a lot of fun things to do, and I want more Calico because it is Pawsome! So, now here are some notes about playing the game, if I've convinced you to buy it. The hearts in the character logbook aren't really a friendship meter. They tell you how many quests you need to do with those characters. There's only a couple characters that have 1 quest pretty much, so their hearts will fill up right away. Most of the characters have at least 2 to 3 quests, and they will open up their quest as you open up the map, so sometimes you can't do those quests until you open up another section of the map. Always check the edges of the map for characters without question marks. Characters like construction cats do not have question marks on the map because they aren't in the character logbook. Oh my god, so many ideas for the cat people. There is, I think, 2 places where the construction cats don't have question marks. If you're trying to open someplace new and you can't find the quest in the human characters, go look for the construction cats. Depending on the style you pick in the beginning, you'll get more furniture of that style. Put chairs where you want people to sit. If you want people to sit inside the cafe, put chairs, sofa, beanbag sofas, and stools in the cafe. Pay attention to what people sit on and take things out things they don't. If you have a big mixture of furniture, I noticed toe bean stools, cute beanbag sofas, and spooky chairs do not get used very often. If you put out only those things, then yes, they'll use them. All of the logs and stumps, citrus, rad, toe bean sofas all get used. Citrus, cute, rad, succulent, and floral chairs are popular, but your game may be different. Mix up the different types of decor on the walls and on the floors. It will count if you use stuff outside in the garden too. You're more likely to hit more customers' preferences that way and save yourself time in quests. You can layer rugs too. Customizing colors will help to get things to coordinate. You can put the logs and stumps and some plants and mushrooms in the cafe. Not that I've noticed different decor draws different customers and makes them happier play-wise. So honestly, decorate the cafe the way you want. They'll come anyways, but it might make you feel better. You'll get 2 to 4 customers every day, no matter what, and no matter what you serve. They do come on a schedule. Thank you, Lexi Ward on Reddit. I try to put out 2 sweet, 2 savory, 2 fancy to get everyone. The goods each have 3 prices. A standard price, a price if they don't like the type, and a price if they love it. It is a favorite. So savory coffee is like standard 200 beans. 100 beans if they like sweet or fancy, and 300 if it's their favorite, aka ash. So there are 3 200 bean things, 2 400 beans, and 2 600 beans, except in savory, which has 4 200 beans, 1 400 beans, and 2 600 beans. So a tart is 600 standard, 300 if they don't like fancy, 900 if it's a favorite, Estelle. For a cookie, it's 400 standard, 200 if they don't like sweet, and 600 if it's a favorite, Freya and Malcolm. As long as you have something of their preferred type out, they'll buy that, not something they don't like. This is not really the type of game you should be sitting there and doing this type of hardcore analyzing. If you want to buy everything like I did, it will take a lot of beans. So knowing what is the 600 middle price for every category so you can make a display case of the most expensive goods really helps. Even if it feels a bit mean against the supportive villagers who have been giving you beans hand over fist during the story. The players of the game have a lot of really great ideas that take the base mechanics of the game or things mentioned in the game already, like Steve and his furniture potion, and just build on it. I mean, I have no idea how much Kels and Andrew want to do more. So many great ideas, like being able to change the outside look of the cafe, or being able to customize the walls and floors. Of course, everyone wants more pets and pet coat color options because they love animals, more decor, being able to move and change up the water and feed bowls to different styles, more birds, Sheba, otters, and hedgehogs added in because those are in the game marketing art and they should be in the game. Owls, because Maya keeps mentioning owls, and how can we have an owl club if there are no owls? Of course, Calico 2 has been suggested, and I'm just going, no, DLC, more islands with DLC. After you finish up the Star Heart Island story here. I've also seen romance options mentioned several times. If that's the case, then we need more boys and more non-binary types. I mean, we've got 15 girls and 6 boys and 1 non-binary person. It'd be great to even that up a bit more and see some male-loving male relationships alongside our women-loving women-loving relationships. Grand total 2. And more non-binary folks then. And people really want the ability to be a cat person or mouse person or even have story hands and feet like Kiba. More face shape seems to be a big one. Of course, with more characters comes more story. There's just so many good places this little game could go, and it's really heartening to see how supportive and really constructive all the discussions on Steam have been. I don't think there is a huge community for this game, which is a shame. I strongly recommend this game if you're looking for a cozy, story-driven, relaxing game to play for a day or two. A lot of passion and love went into this game, and I'm not sure how much longer they'll want to spend in this world. I know I want to spend more time in it with more themed islands, with cozy, cute stories, with good messages for everyone of all ages. I will be going over the branding of Calico in another video from a marketing perspective. Don't worry, Peachy Keen, it's a perfect from me. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.